What is up, Purple Amphis? My name is Viewers. Fuck. It's just gonna be a little yap sesh because I don't know what to upload. Oh, my chest. I forgot about the chest. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like yapping and playing a game is actually one of the hardest things you could actually do. Some say it would be even harder than a job. This is so stressful already. This is so much work. Just like streaming, honestly. Streaming for 2 hours a day. Way harder than 9 to 5, honestly. Alright, I'm obviously baiting. If you bit, well, I mean, I guess you were hungry. No, but seriously, I don't know if y'all remember 2012. I don't know if y'all remember the things that y'all were doing. I don't really have the most vivid memory of my 2012 whatever, but it was sure as hell better than this, honestly. You know, back in the day, oh man, I've officially hit, I have officially hit Unk status. I am not really the spring chicken that I used to be. Well, I wouldn't say really Unk status, but I am like nearing my 20s, mid 20s. And like, the more and more that I look back at it, I feel like I just kind of wasted my life, honestly. I feel like I haven't really done anything, any good accomplishments yet. I never really achieved anything in school. Nothing too crazy, you know, just kind of, I don't know. I was just kind of there. But boy, do I remember those times where Xbox was out and everybody was having that. Xbox 360s were everywhere and people were just gaming, you know, after school, of course. You know, you get out, everybody's playing Black Ops 2. We could have gotten Kamala and we could have gotten BO2 campaign, but instead we got Vanguard pretty much, and we got, I don't know, microtransactions and battle passes with it because of Trump. But hey, what can you do? Life goes on. It is what it is. I remember back in the day as well, people were thinking that the world was gonna end back in 2012. People were just like off on a tangent, going off like the world's gonna end and everything else. And honestly, I mean, that was literally the least of my worries. How do I get out of my boat? I don't know how to get out of my boat. I'm serious. I don't know how to get out of my boat. Oh. I knew that. I feel like, honestly, it was a simpler time, but in certain occasions, it was just absolutely horrible. You know, I never really had a good past, obviously, so I mean, you know, there was the ups and then there were the extreme downs, obviously. I hated school. I hated the way that I dressed. I hated the way that I walked. I hated everything about myself. Obviously, that comes down to, well, that's just my problem, obviously, but to other people, they cared very deeply about how I looked, obviously. And they had some very kind words to say, you know? They would look at me up and down and be like, what are those? Every time I had my Crocs on, and now everybody has Crocs on. Like, yeah, well, socks and sandals were like the highest of fashions, apparently. I actually remember getting a jacket taken from me as well, and I thought that jacket was like one of my like bestest of jackets, and it got literally Sharpied on just because of the way that it looked. And like, it pissed me off so much because it was a gift, and I mean, I couldn't really do anything because, you know, I couldn't stand up for myself, really. I was just kind of a wimp back in the day. I don't know where I'm going with this video, really. It's just, regardless of anything, the whole point of it is I miss 2012 in a way. It was way simpler regardless. I didn't have to worry about, you know, taxes and, you know, focusing on paying taxes and then getting taxes to get taxes. Everything raises the insurance. A small sneeze and I think I'm dying. I mean, I'm not that old anyways, but God, do I feel so old. I wanted to start this YouTube channel so early on, and I just couldn't for various reasons. And even still to this day, I'm still a goddamn loser. You know what I do? Like, what I do right now, all I do is make these videos. I'm not even kidding. And I took a break because the simple fact of I don't even know if I want to continue this anymore. Like, I seriously feel like I'm going nowhere. Actually, if there's anything that you could get from this video, any lesson that you could get, just, I guess, don't be like me. I remember when Clash of Clans first came out and everybody was talking about it. back in literally like 2011, and I downloaded it on 2012 or whatever, and I remember everybody just playing the absolute crap out of that. Oh man, the BO2 days with zombies as well, like, oh man, do I have a bunch of memories of that. I remember trying to get to round 30 was absolutely impossible. Round 8 of Origins without a staff, my biggest goddamn op. The worst day possible, honestly. And then of course the greatest game of all time, the one that I'm playing right now, the one that reminds me of 2012. Like, it's just so crazy how that is. It feels like a century ago. You know, nowadays the games they're about to be $90. Like, what happened anyways? It all went downhill as soon as that one kid fell in the gorilla enclosure, and that kid was me. Honestly, they can keep Harambe as long as I could get to keep my goddamn $60 games. Oh, you hit me? Yeah, I don't think so, buddy, pal. I gotta make a house. No! If you're watching right now, I'm just... literally, this video is just pretty much a goddamn idiot just ranting on and on about their goddamn life and how buns it is. And how, he's missing a goddamn year because, I don't know, it was just greater. I remember Jetpack Joyride being at its goddamn peak. I remember going to my school bus with my friend and, like, we would just try to get the high, like, score or whatever, like, you know, try to get as far as we could as possible just to get to school. Before we got to school, I mean, because we were in the bus. And I remember I remember one kid telling me that, like, bro, y'all need to do some other things. And instead of just playing games or whatever the fuck, y'all look like losers or something like that. Like, I swear to God, there were so many people in my goddamn, like, life that told me, you're not gonna get anywhere by playing games. And, like, I guess so. I mean, I haven't gotten anywhere yet, but, like, I have this strong belief that this is literally what I was just built to do. Like, I don't think I could do anything else. I'm literally just good at games. And, like, if they take this away from me, I have nothing. I know that's kind of sad in a way, but I never really practiced anything because I never had the time or like possibility or chance to even like practice anything else in my life. And every time I did, like, there was too many people that would just sit there and just like nag at me saying that it would be impossible for me to make or anything like that. And I mean, that's what I'm trying to prove here. I'm trying to make this YouTube channel into, I don't know, my goal is to hit 10 million. There you go. Smash like, smash sub, you know. I don't promise a cookie like Mr. Beast, but at least I don't touch kids either. Actually, I'm playing Minecraft. I probably shouldn't be saying that. Maybe I might get cursed. Kidding. Oh yeah, this brings back memories. I've never actually looked up at the goddamn rain like this ever. I've always wanted to, but every time I did, the rain would just hit my eye at like Mach speed, and I swear it never felt good. Whoever does this like this and has their eyes open, you're an actual freak. But I'm mad respect, honestly, because I mean, I guess you could just take it, huh? All right, that was a little kind of weird. I made it kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, you don't get this channel without the weirdness, honestly. So it's either you subscribe for that or you get the hell out of here. I remember when Plants vs. Zombies felt new as well. Like, I remember the first time playing that, it felt absolutely magical. I don't know if y'all remember. I remember playing this like Roblox game as well. It's not there no more. It's completely gone, and I've tried like my hardest to even find it, like scraps of it online, but it was like a turf war thingy or something. Like you had like airplanes and guns and stuff, and it was kind of like I don't know how to explain it to you. It was just basically kind of like there was two sides. You could ride airplanes or whatever. You had like little guns and stuff. I swear I've tried everything in my power, but I just can't find it. We got Katy Perry that went to space like, I don't know, a few days ago, whatever. And I swear to God, I would go there every day by listening to Kids Bop 2012 edition. People used to call me broke as hell back in 2012 because I got my clothes from Burlington. Well, joke's on them, because now I shop at Goodwill. Hey, you can't beat $5 shirts. I'm telling you right now, that's the goddamn GOAT. Time really flies, honestly. I remember my teacher would always tell me this, and I feel like it's kind of important to say it to y'all too. I mean, maybe some of y'all are kids. I don't know really, right? But maybe some of y'all are really young, or you know, just barely, I I don't know, maybe middle school, high school, whatever. But I remember my teacher, and like, you know, this teacher was actually one of the ones that was like pretty solid. Like, you know, it wasn't like those teachers that don't really care, and like, you know, they're like, oh, you're never gonna make it in life. Like, no, he thoroughly believed in me, and I'm really grateful for that teacher for telling me that, because I remember a different teacher telling me that I wasn't gonna be anything, because of the simple fact of I remember I needed to go to the restroom or whatever, and they held me there for like 10-20 minutes because I needed to go to the restroom really badly, and they were like, oh, well, we got like 5 to 10 minutes on you know, whenever your period ends or whatever. And I ran out, and that's when they told me that. They were like, well, you're never gonna be anything in life. You don't have the patience, you don't have the willpower, whatever. I don't know what she said exactly, but you got that whole idea, the whole gist of it. But then a different teacher obviously told me like no, he told me the opposite. And this teacher also told me like the wise words of, the one thing that you should always do in life is remember as much as you can. And he was like telling me that he doesn't even remember like what he wore on his middle school days, which is kind of crazy to think about. But I mean, you know, he's like 40 something now, I guess, but he told me to try to remember at least everything, whatever, because it all passes by super quickly. And you know, I never really got to think about that as much until, you know, 3 a.m. hits. You get that motivation of doing whatever the hell, start working out, change how you look, change how you are, whatever. And sometimes those days remind me of him. And whenever they do, I start thinking like, well, what shoes did I fucking wear when I was in middle school? And I don't even remember that. I kind of do, but at the same time, it's such a faint memory that it's just kind of like not important, you know? I'm just running around and I'm just, I don't know, reminiscing of everything. My brain is going on like 20 different tangents. ADHD brain. I don't take pills. You get the idea. It's not that I need pills, and I don't even have ADHD. It's just like, you know, I try to yap as much as I can on these videos to try to fill the hole, the void, everything else, because I feel like I need to talk. Maybe it's because I need to prove that I'm the loudest in the room. That's what I need to do. I was never really heard when I was younger, so now I need to be heard now. And maybe that's why I make these videos, because at the end of the day, I just want to be heard, I guess. Is that what the moral of this is? I don't know. This is probably like self-therapy for myself, honestly. A DIY therapy sesh, you know, a solo board meeting, if you will. It's just what it is. Remembering is something super important, and I feel like it's honestly true. I've had so many horrible experiences in my life that even still, it's shaped me to be who I am today. Even though they were like absolutely horrible, you know, atrocious, probably some things that you shouldn't even remember, I feel like it's shaped me to be who I am. So nowadays, I don't really want to forget anything in my past. Of course, I have some regrets of some certain things, and you know, I've made my fair share of mistakes, but I mean, hey, we're fucking human, huh? Like, God forbid I make another goddamn mistake. I mean, obviously, unless I don't know, unless I become like the painter or something, you know, then obviously put me down, you know? You know, but seriously, like, sometimes I feel like people overreact on the internet, saying like, this guy said this and blah, 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 blah. And then, I don't know, a whole slew of problems come with it. You don't know who to trust anymore. You don't know who to watch. I remember back in the day as well, when Markiplier first started his first, like, his YouTube or whatever, I remember being there pretty much. I wasn't really like the first subscriber, obviously. I was like there when he had like a couple, like, maybe I think it was like 500,000, like maybe even less than that. I don't really remember exactly how much or what the number was, but I remember being one of the OG people that watched him. I didn't subscribe to him because back then I had my mom's phone, but I think I might have actually, but my mom lost her phone or whatever, and she lost her account with it or something like that. So I'm probably subscribed to him. I'm one of the dead subscribers in there, I'll tell you that much. I'm boosting his channel, myself and I. Oh man, look at me. I'm the main reason why you became famous, Markiplier. I hope you know that. I'm obviously playing, but it does kind of feel like if it wasn't for me, he would have never been there, you know? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, YouTubers back then I feel like they had more passion. I swear nowadays, the only reason why I make my videos, like, I make my videos super, like, brain rot, super whatever, but it's because of the simple fact that I feel like nobody's gonna watch this. I seriously don't think that much people are gonna watch this, and I guess it's fine. I mean, I'm just practicing my size, don't worry about me. But yeah, and then, like, obviously, you know, there wasn't that much pedo allegations going around, obviously. There wasn't as much wrong. I feel like a lot more people, actually no, I can't really say that. I feel like it was just kind of the same, actually. It's just that, you know, nowadays it's probably, since we have a bunch of other things like you know, like Discord, whatever, this and that, word gets around pretty quickly. Twitter, you get the idea. But still, it doesn't feel like there was not that much. It feels like there wasn't that much, like, what's the word? Not really like hate, but like, I guess negativity running around. It wasn't running amok. It wasn't the first thing that people thought about when it came to the internet. I feel like whenever I thought about the internet, I thought about like memes and everything else and whatever the hell. I feel like that's just how it was. Maybe my kid brain perceived it that way, but I never really took stuff too seriously at times, and maybe that's kind of my problem. Even still to this day, I kind of don't really take everything too seriously, because, like, I mean, I kind of hate taking shit too seriously. Yeah, I remember when horses didn't exist. Yeah, I'm that old. I was there when Jesus walked. And he came back. But yeah, YouTube felt like it had more meaning to it. Certainly more passion. Certainly different styled videos. And obviously, I chase that. I want that. I wish people could watch me and just kind of like enjoy and not really think so much. I feel like not really think like, oh, I have to do a bunch of things to entertain people. I feel like I wish I was lucky like that, honestly. And I wish I was also kind of, you know, I guess better at making these type of content, or this type of content. I mean, FNAF did a lot of irreversible things, damage actually, to the horror scene, I feel like. And it just kind of like went downhill on a bunch of other things as well. It forced like a lot of people to make games, scary games, that are just pure jump scares and pure, I don't know, just pure adrenaline rushes. I don't really like scary games in general. I've always hated scary games because, one, sometimes they weren't really that scary, and two, I just never really liked being scared. You can call me a pussy all you want, but I mean, I've always hated scary games. And I'm probably never going to change from that either. If I look at this right here, what emotion does this bring you anyways? It brings me confusion. Mainly because of global warming. Which is also another problem nowadays that goddamn sucks. You see, that isn't that big anymore. This would probably be yay big. Like, you know, like maybe, yeah, that tall. Icebergs are probably this tall nowadays, honestly. Nobody really cares about global warming. Me included. So I'm not going to really talk too much about that. Because, I mean, what am I going to do? Stop farting? If you date me, you get this as a feature. Some people could call me, some people say that I'm a diamond in the ocean of pebbles. I would agree, honestly. I'm just so, Sigma. Oh my goodness. What the hell? The Coca-Cola bears are after me. Y'all remember that shit too? No? I'm the only one? Yeah, well. Coca-Cola used to care about bears, and now look at them. I'm taking you a child, bae. Ooh! You see how Coca-Cola didn't come to save him? I haven't really talked about the Minecraft YouTubers, but I mean, honestly, what is there to talk about them? Some of them were goats, some of them were obviously goats, and then I don't know, little kids came by. It's those stupid little kids, man. They're the root of all evil. It's their goddamn problem. My Minecraft YouTubers were never like that until those kids showed up. I'm obviously I'd say that's a little wild, I'm not gonna lie, but like, bro, seriously, how hard is it to not, like, bro, I don't get it. I seriously don't get it, man. What if they were just all rumors and that's it? You know, a rumor only lasts like 9,000 days. You think they could survive a rumor that long? You think they could survive a rumor? Sad part is that those rumors were well, they were rumors with evidence, so yeah, it's just not a rumor anymore, you know? As soon as they got the evidence, it's just like, yep, that's facts. Facts and knowledge. When I was younger, I wanted to transcend time itself and become a legend. And now look at me. Do you see the subscriber count? I need some proof of life. Can y'all type in the comment section right now, like, and prove that you're not a bot by typing click here to win dollars. I actually have a crazy story that I mean, I don't even know if it's like time for me to be saying that, because, well, it's kind of like a weird story. Most people are not gonna even believe it either as well, but it's kind of like it involves a girl and her calling me and just kind of like, you know, I'm not gonna go further, but oh man, Vine as well. I just thought about that. I'm like seriously thinking, like critical thinking, rocket science thinking, of course. What was up in 2012? You know, like I'm trying to remember, like the movies, the games, the this, the that. I don't know. I can't really remember like everything. I try to remember a lot of things already, but like, dude, the biggest op was like sleep. I swear to God. And same thing for like, I don't know, a few years like later, like same thing. Like the worst goddamn like nightmare you could have had was, oh, I have to sleep. Oh man, would I give up so much to just not be able to sleep as well. Oh my Lord, bro. I get lazy at times and I don't want to do things. And is after I wake up, like I just don't want to do anything, like for like the first like 30 minutes of the day or whatever. I just don't want to do nothing. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm literally, yes, I am unemployed. I have nothing else to do. For a lot of reasons, I can't get a job. And it sucks that I'm in this boat because I feel so old and so useless and so, I'm gonna probably be saying this over and over in the video, but I seriously have nothing. Like I said, I feel so pointless, and like I want to start streaming, I want to start doing things or whatever, because of the simple fact that I kind of need to get this YouTube shit going. It's like the only thing, it's basically my dream at this point, I guess you could say. And I might be hopeless, I might be homeless, but I'll try to continue uploading, I guess. I know, loser POV, but like I said, kids, don't be like me. This is one of the things that, you know, I seriously like advise you to do. I would say study hard, but honestly, sometimes I feel like you study hard, you do everything you can, and like you still just, life sucks, you know? Like it's just, oh, I have this, I have that. Oh my God. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. What am I hearing? What the hell? There's a goddamn megalodon down there. But yeah, I feel like sometimes, even when you're like, maybe you're like 50 watching this video, I swear to God, like, I feel like, when do you feel like you understand your life? And when do you feel like you're accomplished? I swear I've never figured myself out, ever. And I don't know if like you're 50 watching this and like, oh yeah, I mean, I figured my life out. It's just, it takes time, whatever. But I swear you just never figure out your life, ever. It's a constant change. It's a constant thing. You wake up, you experience, you do, you know, you have to, I guess, do the hard things to make yourself feel better. I mean, I do. I know for a fact I do. You know, I gotta get up. I gotta do some things or whatever. I gotta clean. I gotta, you know, take care of myself. I gotta cook. You get the idea. Like, you gotta do so much things or whatever. And I feel like at the end of the day, it kind of makes me feel better that I did those things because, well, I'm being productive. And man, did I take all that time for granted, because now that I have to do all these things and all these purposes that I have, I just want to lay and like just bed rot all day at times. But I know I can't, because people rely on me now. And back in the day, it wouldn't matter what I did. I could just be a kid. I remember playing this like Hulk game, and I loved it as well when in the PS2. And I scratched it up. And I remember the good old trick, put toothpaste on that hooker, and guess what your boy did? Put some toothpaste, put it on the freezer. I don't know why I put it on the freezer. Let it kind of cool down or some shit, and then you clean it off, and it works like brand goddamn new. But eventually, that trick stopped working. It got nerfed or something. God patched it and was like, you can't do that no more, so you have to take care of your goddamn games even more than you already do. Going outside felt like going outside, you know? Like nowadays I go outside, I actually feel like I'm in a simulation. Oh my god. NPCs everywhere, automated responses. I try to freshen some things up. Like, I'm not the most, like, socially awkward person out there. I'm sort of socially awkward at times, like, depending on the situation. But it's because, like, sometimes I'm overthinking of what I need to say or what I want to say to try to, like, I guess you could say be funny or, like, I don't know, just more entertaining, spice some things up. You know, instead of saying, like, hey, how are you? I'd be like, from a scale from 1 to I need a nap, how is your life? You know, stuff like that. Spice, I don't know, spice some things up. Change the way that you say things. Change the way that you are. Change what, like, you know, I try to be different, basically. Sometimes I feel like I try a little too hard, but I mean, what else am I gonna do? Be the same NPC every day? Hey, how are you? Goodbye, have a good day. Like, oh my god, bro. Sometimes I feel like I gotta stand up with some goddamn purpose and start walking with some goddamn status. But I feel like I can't do neither, because I have no purpose and I have no status. My status right now, being a goddamn loser, working at the stupid store. The stupid store being my house, and the purpose being, you know, creating black holes, sucking everything up. I was about to say off for some reason, but I stopped myself. Actually, whoa, why did I even... Okay. I'm a swear that whoa. See, I told you. Mental illness allure. Allure? Galore. Allure. What, is that even a word? Allure. Allure. Whatever. Oh yeah, and I remember having a blast with goddamn, like, board games. They were so fun back then. I mean, it's not saying that, like, if you have like, you know, friends, good friends, the board games are still gonna be fun. But god damn it, does it feel like these board games nowadays just feel like absolute buns meat. I'm fine. Makes me want to skydive without a parachute every time I think about back in the day and how much fun I had and how I kind of took everything for granted, I guess. But at the same time, I guess that's just life. I remember the Legend 27. That's elite ball knowledge right there. I want to build a house. I wanted to, and like I was thinking about it, but I am telling you, it's so hard to like go off on tangents or rants or whatever. What the? Bro, learn how to aim, buddy. Like, where are you shooting at? My nan shoots better than that, baldy. Oh! I'll tell you. Mama always told me to work hard. And now I'm hard while working. Alright. Yeah, that wraps it up. That wraps it up. I have serious problems, but I feel like I could put them off because I just want to enjoy life, you know? Plus, I mean, if I get therapy, I mean, the channel pretty much dies. I mean, could you imagine me not being able to say the stupid things that I already do? Or say, I mean, like, who else is gonna say them for me? My therapist doesn't even believe that y'all exist. My brain is an enigma. Also, if you're a cat, no you don't. I loved how I was able to just kind of get away with anything as well because I was a kid. Like, I remember breaking windows and stuff and everything else, but they wouldn't really blame me too hard because it'd be like, oh, well, I mean, he's just a kid or whatever. I remember kicking a soccer ball with, like, full intention. And I mean, I don't want to inspire the next generation of kids to, you know, be like how I was, but I was sometimes kind of a, yeah, I was, you know how I was. I was something, all right. I was a handful. Maybe even 3 handfuls. Like, I remember I used to hang out with this, one girl at times or whatever, and I swear to God, I don't know where she fit those goddamn balls, but she was so ballsy that she would, like, do some stupid shit with me. Like, we would go ding-dong ditching, and, like, we would go, I don't know, we would kick soccer balls, whatever, like I was said, and, like, pretty much break windows. We would, like, kind of have, like, a competition of whoever could break a window, whatever, gets the most points. And I remember I was, like, so down for that and, like, you know, idiotic stuff. And then I remember getting in trouble really bad. And then, yeah, we never did that ever again. I remember my homie as well. We used to, like, make, like, a catapult or whatever. We made a catapult out of, like a plank and, like, a rock. It was kind of like it wasn't really a catapult. It was kind of like more like a park seesaw, you know? But, like, you would just kind of slam the other side with a bunch of weight so the lighter rock could kind of, like, fly. Yeah, we broke a window. But yeah, you know, little Fister was just not smart. He was a stupid little kid enjoying life. I remember when I was getting bullied, hardcore, by the way, like, really bad about bullying. Like I said, I got Sharpie drawn jackets, you know, atomic wedgies, swirlies, wet willies. I'm not the greatest fighter, nor am I really a fighter at all, but you know, when push comes to shove, you just kind of have to start, I don't know, just start swinging, I guess. If all else fails, you know, just play dead, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, my mom would like constantly buy me like, you know, shoes that I wanted because I used to get like bullied really hardcore, and they would like, a lot of kids got to me, I guess you could say, legit got to me, and I feel so bad that I was just so weak back then, and like mentally at least, whatever, that I would have to like nag at my mom and beg her and everything else to buy me like, you know, the cooler shoes, and that I can't buy these shoes, and like I would like literally dog on her. She would buy me like some shoes, and I'd be like, these shoes are ass, blah blah blah. This is like, you know, super ungrateful, super horrible child, son, whatever the hell, I guess. And it was all because I let some people get to me, and I feel so bad for my mom for even like having to put up with me. Obviously, I feel like I've never really said sorry, and I, you know, well, I'm sorry, Mom. I should have never done that. I've grown, obviously, and you know, I don't care what I wear now. I don't care what people say about me. Yeah, I'm just a based Giga Chad, you know? Handsome as hell, clever, smart, interpelligent. I know how to spell tough. T-U-F-F. Yeah, it's because I'm tough like that. Holy cringe. To be cringe is to be free. I don't know what this was, really. There's like nothing interesting with this video at all. There's just me going off on a tangent, and honestly, well, I mean, that's pretty much what it was, what it is. I feel like I should have done more for this video. Like, I feel like I should have structurized better, but at the same time, I kind of like I just like winging stuff out. I've always loved talking. I've always loved yapping. I got shut up too many times in the past anyway, so I got a lot of things to say. I feel like, honestly, I feel like this is the end of the video. I don't know what I'm going to title this, but hopefully it kind of brought you a little bit of nostalgia. Maybe you liked hearing me out. You know, I'm just some random guy on YouTube that likes making videos. I bet all your stuff is flooded with people that are unpassionate about their videos. God forbid they put a little bit of effort on their videos. Unlike me. No, I'm kidding. I don't even put that much effort in my videos. I'm literally just winging this the day before I have to upload. Or, no, wait. It wouldn't be the Purple Amphis channel if it wasn't for that. So, without further ado, I guess, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll see you on the next video. As Markiplier says it. Bye-bye!